Hi, I'm Jonathan with Posh Yoga, and I'm here at Mid-American Fitness in Farmington Hills, where I'll be teaching a Vinyasa class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting December 15th. And I wanted to give you an idea of what this class will be like. So you'll show up with your own yoga mat. You'll find a spot in here, and you'll just chill out until class starts. When class starts, I'll come in, I'll greet you with Namaste, which is a typical yoga greeting, and I'll ask you to take a deep breath in and let it out. And that deep breath is meant to be the first of an entire class full of deep breaths, what we call ujjayi breaths in yoga. Here's a typical ujjayi breath. You'll close your mouth, slightly constrict the back of your throat, and you want to be breathing that slowly throughout the entire class. When I cue these flows, which a vinyasa is basically stringing together postures, or what we call asanas, into a flow, I'll always say inhale this, exhale that. And you'll see in a second what I'm talking about. Each asana that I cue, you either want to be inhaling or exhaling. And I try to cue them about 6 seconds on average, because in my opinion, that's about the average inhale or exhale that a person has when they're breathing this ujjayi breath. So it's a good idea to try your best to link breath to movement in yoga. After I cue you to take that breath, then I'll usually give a thoughtful message, usually some words of wisdom that last about 2 to 3 minutes, just to give your practice a little extra meaning or purpose. And then after that, we'll do some stretching, just to slowly get into class. This class can get intense in the middle of it. We never start abruptly. We just ease into it. The music we play, we ease into it. Slow music at first, it ramps up in the middle and then slows down towards the end. So we'll do some stretching at first. And then we'll do, usually after the stretching, we'll do like some cats and cows, just to start to ease into practice a little bit, get the blood flowing. And then usually about 10 minutes into class, we'll start our first flow. So we'll come to what we call down dog. And then this is a basic example of like a part of what a flow would be like. Inhale, lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward, runner's lunge. Inhale, reverse revolve crescent. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, letter D. And so on. Now, some of these might look kind of a little bit daunting to you, like, well, I don't know if I could balance like that. You can see even I was a little bit shaky. I've been doing this since 2018. We're always students in this class. I'm a teacher, but I'm also a student, and I always will be. Some days my balance is better than others. Some days one side, my right side is better balanced than the left side. Human beings, we're not perfect. We never will be. But we always want to come in here and do our best. That never means being perfect. And by the way, sometimes our best is just to relax. I mean, sometimes what we really need is just to chill out. If you came in here and just stretched the whole class or laid in child's pose or whatever, that would be totally fine with me, as long as that's what's best for you. So after that first flow, we would do some balance work. And usually the balance work we do usually about a minute on each side. I usually string together just 2 asanas for our balance, just to get balance reps. So it might be something like, airplane, and then we'll come up and tap our toe, airplane. We'll tap our left toe to our right heel, airplane. Or sometimes we'll go airplane to letter A. Sometimes I'll give you the option. Once again, I've never been in a yoga class where everyone is doing this perfectly. Okay, I've been in many yoga classes where almost no one is doing it perfectly. So please do not ever think to yourself that you have to come in and I wouldn't be doing yoga if I had to do that. So, keep that in mind. You can be a total beginner and take this class. But when I do cue these flows, I just want you to know, I'll cue them a couple times and then you'll flow on your own. Okay, no one is sitting there watching you or paying attention to you as you're flowing. And no one cares if you forget certain things or if you're not, great at this at first. I certainly wasn't. After the balance portion, we do another flow. And that flow, the second flow, will be a little bit longer than the first one. And then we'll do some core work. We'll often incorporate like some form of plank, maybe high plank, maybe forearm plank, maybe hip dips. And then we'll often do, maybe some scissor kicks or flutter kicks, maybe some dead bugs, maybe some crunches. Well, we always do crunches in my classes. We often do those for about 3 minutes, okay? And then after that, we do a couple back bends. This is a typical example of a back bend. Bridge pose is a basic example. There's another one called wheel. After that, we'll usually go into some stretching and maybe an inversion. An inversion is it's basically getting our feet above our head. So this is a very basic inversion. It's called candlestick. So there's a lot of leeway. This is not a rigid class. And you should come here with the same sense of urgency as if you're going dancing. You want to kind of have fun. You don't want to be hard on yourself. So after we do the stretching and inversion towards the end of the class, we go into Shavasana, which is usually approximately about a 5-minute rest. We dim the lights really down low and you close your eyes and you just lay there and you let your mind and body process everything that you just went through so that it can put everything in the right place in your body. Everything can settle so that we can go out into the world relaxed and feeling great. By the way, when you do these classes, you get certain feel-good chemicals, endorphins, serotonin, dopamine. Oftentimes, being here in Michigan and right now being December, if you ever get the winter blues, it bums you out to not see the sun for a while. This is a great alternative because a lot of the feel-good chemicals that we get from the sun, we also get from doing yoga. So I hope you consider this. I hope I covered everything. If I didn't, please feel free to ask me questions anytime. I love to answer them. And I hope to see you soon.